What's up, everybody? I'm Jade Harrison, personal trainer and fat loss coach. And today I'm going to give you 5 tips for making the most out of your resistance training workouts. Now, before we get started, please keep in mind that when you're doing resistance training, you need to work at your level. If you are a brand new person to fitness and a beginner, you want to stick with a beginner level program. And that's something that's going to allow you to get familiar with the exercises and learn how to move your body in a way that's safe. So really take your time to learn resistance training technique first. And I do have some beginner level programs on my website, and links for that are below in the description of this video. Now, working with a personal trainer is honestly, I think, the best solution if you're a beginner, because that's somebody who can coach you in the right technique and give you exercises that are right for your body. I do personal training, so if you would like information for that, that's also linked in the description below. Let's talk about how to do your resistance training workouts the most effective way to build muscle. Before you start doing your resistance training exercises, it's really important that you take a few minutes to warm up your body. So you can go for a walk or hop on some kind of cardio machine like a treadmill or a bike, and do this for 5 to 10 minutes at a low to moderate intensity. Your goal with this is to get your heart rate elevated slightly to get some blood flowing to your muscles. Your goal is also to raise your core temperature so that when you go to do your actual resistance training exercises, you're not going to be working with cold muscles. Now, once you've finished warming up your body for 5 to 10 minutes, it's important to take some time to prime your muscles for the resistance training exercises that you're going to be doing. The priming part of your resistance training workout is all about connecting with the muscles that you're going to need to be using during the main challenge exercises. This is a chance for you to connect your mind to your muscles. And also it's a chance for you to check and see if there's anything that's tight or maybe needs a little bit more work or stretching. Now, the priming exercises that you do are specific to whatever the challenge exercises are that you're going to be doing in your workout. For example, when I'm having my clients do bench press, there's a sequence of exercises that I have them do to prepare their bodies for the bench press. These include things like cat-cows to warm up their core and their back muscles, as well as bridges so that they can rehearse that activation of their posterior chain that they'll need when they're doing their bench press. I also have them do several exercises to stretch and connect with the muscles that are the prime movers during the bench press, like the pecs, the triceps, the shoulders, as well as the lats. The goal of each of these exercises is to help my clients to connect with one muscle group or rehearse a part of the movement that they'll be doing for their challenge. There's different priming exercises for other types of movements. For example, when I have my clients do deadlifts or squats, I usually have them start with monster walks or some kind of exercise that engages hip abduction to fire up their gluteus medius muscles. For squats, I'll also have them practice some squats with the band around their knees, usually with a little lighter weight. And of course, for the deadlifts, I usually have them practice hip hinges with a band or with some other kind of weight. Now, once you finish your priming exercises, then it's time to start working into your challenge sets. Now, when it comes to building muscle or doing a bodybuilding style program, your goal with each of your sets is to use an amount of weight or an amount of resistance or do a variation of the exercise that challenges your muscles so that you're feeling the burn in the target muscles of that exercise by the end of the set. You want to aim for generally feeling the burn, but end your set when you feel like you could do 1, 2, or 3 more repetitions before your muscles fail. We call this leaving reps in reserve or leaving reps in the tank. So leave 1 to 3 reps in the tank when you're trying to build muscle. If you're having trouble judging how many reps you have in the tank or how hard you're working, that's when you can use an AMRAP set, doing as many reps as possible with whatever weight that you're using, so you can judge, whether you're using the right weight and you're getting the right amount of stimulus. Now let's talk about how fast to move in your resistance training exercises to build muscle. When you're doing your resistance training sets, you want to do each repetition at a nice controlled pace. You want to spend 2 to 3 seconds in both phases of the exercise. So for example, in squats, you want to spend 2 to 3 seconds on the way down to the bottom of the squat, and then 2 to 3 seconds to come up. Moving at this nice controlled pace is what's going to allow you to get the activation and stimulus in the muscles that is needed in order for them to grow. It will also allow you to be more careful about your form and your technique. Sometimes when people start doing resistance training, they move really quickly through each repetition, just quickly going down and going up for each one. And this is going to limit the amount of stimulus that you're going to get in your muscles. We want a certain amount of time under tension for each muscle group when we're doing these resistance training exercises. This is what will allow your muscles to grow. Moving really fast also puts you at higher risk of injury because you're not going to be able to be as careful about your technique and your form. So move at a nice slow pace, 2 to 3 seconds in both phases of the exercise. Once you finish a set, it's super important to take your rest periods. Now for building muscle, the rest periods could be anywhere between 2 and 5 minutes. Just remember, the closer that you get to muscle failure, the longer your muscles are going to need in the rest period to regenerate ATP. ATP is the chemical in our muscles that provides our muscles with the energy that they need in order to fire. Now, when you get really close to muscle failure, your body spends a lot of the ATP that's stored in your muscles, and it needs time to rebuild that ATP. It takes about 3 minutes for your body to completely reconstitute ATP when you do a set that gets really close to failure. Taking your rest period and allowing your body to recover will allow you to do more in your next set, which will allow you to build more muscle. So don't skip the rest period. Now during your rest, you can just stay standing and pace around, or if you want, you can sit down, get a sip of water, maybe look at cat pictures on your phone, I don't know, do something, but just let your body regenerate that ATP so that you can put that ATP to work in your next set. So those are my 5 tips for doing your resistance training workouts effectively. Now let me know what questions that you have about doing resistance training in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like it and subscribe to my channel for more trainer tips and exercise tutorial videos. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.